Space for my fans and me to interact, make art and have fun. It's a one-man show and entirely free. I do it every single week except some. I'm waiting to go, it's all live and online, so you should stick around and say hello. Are you feeling creative? Cause now's the time. Welcome to the Most Week Show.
I am not me. I am art. And I am welcoming you to the Most Week Show. My lord, it's happening. And we can all just be happy once again. It is currently noon plus, ouch, 11 minutes on the 11th of July, 2021. There's the date right up there. You are here with me right now, and I thank you for that. I thank you for being here. I thank you for being you. If we were allowed to be together physically, I would show my appreciation physically with a hug, with a kiss, or going to bow toward each other and knocking our heads like we're in a 70s sitcom and we're failing to impress the Japanese investor who promises to fix all of our money problems. Please, Mr. Yamaguchi! As 'tis, the best I can do is raise a glass to you, and you can raise a glass to me as well if you like. We like to start this show with a toast. With a toast, we do. Because it brings everybody together as one before the show begins proper. So here goes. Here goes. Here's that toast. Grab your beverages. To the ice cream van man. He reads the story of the Pied Piper of Hamelin and thinks, well, what if instead of off a cliff, I just use the music to draw children to a van? It's art. It's commerce. It still works on me as a very adult. It's absolutely beautiful. To the ice cream van man. Cheers. Apologies for the... no, that's just hanging around there. Okay. Apologies to everybody for the technical difficulties. We had a few issues with Streamlabs OBS. It's a very, very difficult program to get working. Very temperamental, much like one of these pop star divas with their riders and their demands and their refusal to go live, even though you've had everything ready all morning. They just say, nope, not happening today. So we had to restart the computer, start it back up again, and now we're all good. How many have we got, people? We've only got a few. Hello, SJBeck72. Hello, TB. Hello, Cameraman Jorje. Hello. So we've got the dedicated. We've got the diehards here. And that's lovely to see. What a fortnight, guys. For those of you who missed last week's show and have not seen fit to catch up since, firstly, what's wrong with you? The show has been on Twitch all week and was uploaded to YouTube yesterday. What have you been doing with your time? But if you have been in hospital for a week, in a coma perhaps, and unable to catch up, unable to surf the web, I empathise with you. For I too was hospitalised. Turns out it was just dehydration on account of the extreme heat and half a sleeve of crackers. But my stay at Mount Sinai Hospital gave me over $20,000 worth of debt. Apparently Sinai is Greek for exorbitant. As a result of this crippling debt, I have been forced to pay my bills by finding myself some employment. Yes, finding myself some employment. You know, like all of you. This has led to a couple of things this week. Number one, I have been delivering pizzas. This week I have been delivering pizzas. It's been going well, but it is quite tiring because of the hot weather. And also because I don't own a car. And I'm not the best at riding a bike, so I have been delivering them by foot. On the downside, very, very tiring. And I have been very late delivering many of the pizzas. But on the plus side, I have been fired already, so I don't need to do it anymore. So that's, swings and roundabouts. So that's number one. Number two, the time that I have been and will be able to devote to my livetainment. offerings has been dramatically reduced. Now, some people might panic because obviously this morning we're still having technical issues, about a year and a half after starting this thing. So it's still not a perfect system. But it does mean that you'll be noticing some changes in my output. Now, don't fear. This show is too damned important to you and to the world at large in order to give it up. So you can rest easy knowing that Livetained is here to stay. At least until I get some kind of TV deal, at which point all of my content will likely be placed behind a rather hefty paywall. But what it will mean is that you'll see some changes coming. Now, the first change you haven't seen yet because we didn't actually do a countdown. We didn't do a countdown this morning because of the technical difficulties, but when you do see a countdown, you will just see the same countdown each week. I like to pride myself. I have prided myself, prouded myself. I have proved myself on mixing up the music, selecting a different track for each of the over 50 episodes that we've done of the Most Week show so far. It's an effort that I believe has not really been noticed by the vast majority of you. So at some point, you just got to say, well, why am I bothering? So I'm going to be using just a single track at the moment. It is a wonderful track that I used in episode 3 or 4 called Am I Happy by Matty Pride. And I guarantee you that the song will make you happy. So it's going to be that week in and week out. If there are any musicians watching who would like their music to be used as the official countdown music of the Most Week show, please get in touch. I'd love to make your dreams come true. The other thing, and I see Monkey Pixie Funk, hello Monkey Pixie Funk, has already expressed what a lot of people will be feeling today, is a big no, because for the first time, well, only the second time ever, the first time was because the show is running too long, the second time ever, today, there will be no art bet. I know, I'm sorry. The fact is that the art bet takes a lot of time and videos take a lot of time. And so I've come to the point where I need to make a choice between one or the other. Now, I have not made a final choice where it's always going to be one or always going to be the other, but I will guarantee there will only be one of them each week. So if there is an art bet, there shan't be a separate video world premiere for you. But if there is a world premiere, as there is this week, there will be no art bet. I apologize. I'm sorry, but it will just mean that when you do get those art bets, they'll be all the sweeter, I guarantee you. Okay? Now, some might bemoan this kind of development, but not me. Not me. Not me. I look at it as an exciting challenge to get even more creative with the non-work time that I do have. How can I deliver the same high-quality art to you in a way that doesn't take me as long to prepare? That is a question that I look forward to answering in the coming weeks and months as this show gets refined like a fine sauce. Episodes might not reach the full hour, guys, but they will reach the full amazing, yeah? That I promise you. So it's going to be different. It's going to be different moving forward. And different is exciting, guys. Let's not forget that. How different is it going to be? Well, that's a great question. That's a great question. I would say as different as family simile. Family simile. What will the answer be? As different as what? Absolutely right, guys. Absolutely right. You need to get involved with the show by thinking of a creative way to finish off this simile, as different as. This segment is all about pushing forward the boundaries of language. Okay, pushing forward the boundaries of language. So really engage your imaginospheres to think of something unique. As different as what? Is it as different as Kanye West and the Kanye West that exists inside the head of Kanye West? Is it as different as how Clark Kent looks and how Superman looks? Is it as different as a green tea Kit Kat from Japan? I tasted one, yeah, I did my research. And I just thought, well, that's different. I don't want to do your work for you guys, but really get creative. And at the end of the show, I'm going to pick a winner. And if that's you, your name is going to go on the ticker below for next episode. We are not at the right time, but that's absolutely fine. It was It's Maple Panda last episode with As American as Wearing Your Pants and Bangs, Eating Biscuits, Watching a Faucet Running Over the Sidewalk, which leads to the elevator up to your apartment. A wonderful simile, a simile that, in my assessment of it, highlighted something that I didn't really want highlighted, my growing Americanization. I claimed erroneously that elevator is American for escalator, when it is, as we all know, American for lift. Get in a lift, press the button, go to whatever floor you want. You get in a lift, okay? Did I feel good about my mistake? Heck no, I didn't. I felt like a prize Wally. And so, in an effort to reconnect with my English roots, I found a restaurant in New York called Jones Wood Foundry that served English food. It was a big trek. We had to walk for about an hour to get there. I've since found several closer, but sometimes things work out for the worst. And I ordered a full English breakfast. And if I might take a moment here, I'm not sure if any representatives of the Jones Wood Foundry are watching. We've got 7 viewers, so maybe. But I would like to critique your full English breakfast. It is art, and I think it warrants critiquing. Here we go. This is the dish that was served to me. Full English breakfast. Full English breakfast. Okay. First off, I need to address the tone of this piece. I feel that covers quite a lot of area here. The tone of this piece. Okay? A full English breakfast is poor people's food. And I say that without a shred of pejorative feeling, guys. Poor people are people too. And they often tell the funniest jokes. A full English is not a fancy meal. Everything about it should be cheap, filling, delicious, and bad for you. Serving it on an oval plate here, an oval plate is a bad start. It should be on a gigantic circular plate big enough to comfortably cover the bum of a regulation adult. The beans here, just at the bottom here, they were tasty. Absolutely, they were tasty. Yum, yum, delicious beans. Nowhere near plentiful enough. The whole meal, the whole full English breakfast should really exist as a rocky outcrop in a fjord of beans. The sausage had too much meat in it. A full English sausage should contain no more than 25% meat, the rest being made up of rusk, sawdust, and pencil shavings. The black pudding, there's a little black pudding at the top there in between the bacon and the sausage. That was a lovely, unexpected touch and really gave me 100% of the blood that I was hoping to eat that day. But the final, in my mind, the most egregious error was made with the bread. Look at this bread over here. Look at this bread. There's 2 slices, 2 little slices up there. There should be 2 types of bread served with an ideal full English breakfast. One, a fluffy white slice of bread that should be buttered but not toasted. This is used as a sponge to mop up the aforementioned bean ocean. Number 2, I would like a square piece of regular everyday bread sliced from cut from a regular sliced loaf that has been fried in the meaty runoff from the cooked bacon and or sausages. It should be crispy yet moist, and if you eat more than 4 square inches, you should feel your heart seizing up. This was advertised as fried bread, guys. This was advertised as fried bread. And in its delivery, it was closer to bruschetta. Bruschetta! Having said that, it filled me up and went some way to quenching my thirst for my homeland. So overall, I would give this 9 out of 10. Anyway, write a simile below in the chat. And get it in the chat. Oh, let's get it in the chat. Let's get it in the chat. Let's get it in the chat, shall we? Bing, bang, bong, bing. And bang. Get it in the chat. And it could be you on the ticker for next show. Shall we head back to Maine? Let's head back to Maine. Woo! There's back to Maine. How are we doing? Who's all here? Who's here? Who's here? Lovely, lovely. Cameraman Jorje, change is good. I'm glad you thought that, because it's very possible that you'll need to get more work as well. You're going to need to contribute more to the overall running of the house. Monkey Pixie Funk, I hope that these cuts won't impact on Cameraman Jorje. He will still be employed where possible. But as I say, he will. His work as a cameraman, absolutely continuing. His work as a flatmate who is staying with me gratis, may need to be looked at. That status may need to be looked at with a fine-tooth comb, because that is maybe causing some issues here. Okay. Hello, Weaklings. Hello, Killer Kilch. Hello, lovely to see you. Gamer Hall getting involved with the family simile already. That's lovely. SJ Beck also. Monkey Pixie Funk also. Killer Kilch. Your girl is with me stuffing her face with an American breakfast. Well done, Killer Kilch. Well done, your girl, Sarah Kilch. I hope you both have a lovely accompaniment, creative accompaniment to your breakfast. Let's get this ticker below updated as different as. Lovely stuff. Lovely stuff. What have we got first? What have we got first? Oh, yes, of course.
I give props cause though I'm great, there's lots of art I see that's made by artists that are almost but not quite as good as me. I am a giver, super selfless, gather round to see just who will get a most sought after, not me branded. Well done you.
Well done you guys. It's the part of the show where I give a hail and hearty thank you. Thank you. Who is that? Killer. Thank you for that, Killer. Lovely to see some emotes flying about. Never a bad time for an emote. I give a hail and hearty well done you, some mad props, if you will, to an artiste or artistes that have done something noteworthy. Today, I have to address the elephant in the room. As a proud Englishman, I have to mention my boys. The England team, more specifically the English national football team, who today, very excitingly, compete in their first major tournament final in 55 years. It's all terrifically exciting. Now, I will fully admit to not having been the most diligent England football supporter over the years. I don't watch the matches, I don't own the clothing, I don't know any of the mucky chants. If any of the players showed up at my front door, I would likely assume, rather than showing up to say, hey, I'm a member of the English national football team, I would assume that they had shown up to deliver a fridge. But I'm well aware that football, being as important as it is to many in my homeland, takes on a larger importance every 2 years whenever the team is in either the World Cup or, like today, the European Championship. If the team performs well, the nation is jubilant, people smiling in the streets, helping old ladies cross the road. It's wonderful. Charity donations, through the roof. But if the team performs poorly, the nation falls into dystopia. Trees shouted at, people punched indiscriminately in the streets, and people never take their trolleys back to the trolley area in supermarket car parks. It's an absolute nightmare, okay? Football is art. Football is art. And that brings in big guns right here, yeah? Whilst I haven't been the most diligent supporter, when football becomes an art form, that's when I have to step in. So I thought to myself, what can I do? How can I use my creativity to help the team? Well, as I mentioned, we've not been in a major tournament final since 1966. And in that time, the team has had some truly heartbreaking tournament exits. So I thought I would use my creative mind to find the positives, creative thinking, find the positives, and hopefully exorcise some demons from 4 of England's saddest recent tournament exits. And let me just, there we go. England football tournament exits. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got here. Okay. A national team is only as good as the players that just happen to be born at a certain time. Okay, there are generally good nations and generally bad, but for each there is a natural ebb and flow, a waxing and waning, gooding and not grating. In the early 2000s, England were going through a prolific spell. From this is all about South Africa 2010. I should have pointed that out. This is the exit that we're talking about. But these are some of the guys. Names like David Beckham, Frank Lampard, John Terry, Steven Gerrard, Wayne Rooney, Ashley Cole, and according to this photo, Joe Cole, stand among some of the all-time greats, according to a listicle that I read on BuzzFeed. Now, with all of these world-class players playing together at the same time, how could we fail to light the world on fire with our outstanding football playing? But let's not forget, guys, with great power comes great expectations. And expectations carry with them the potential for absurd levels of sadness. And nobody wants that. The solution? For Frank Lampard, which is this one. Yeah, you can see that. That's good. Frank Lampard is this one. I wasn't sure whether you're going to see that, but you saw it, and that's good. That's good. Smashes a beautiful goal in against Germany in the round of 16 in the 2010 World Cup. Bang! Look at that goal. Look at that. The ball is over the line. That's a goal. But the referee disallowed it. The referee disallowed that goal? How can that be a positive, Notme? Well, this way England are relieved of the expectations but can forever cling to that disallowed goal. The referee knew that, like James Dean or Jimi Hendrix or Macaulay Culkin in My Girl, an enforced early exit means that you become legend, your potential standing in for your success. Look at these guys. They are now legendary. Legendary. They could have won the final 12-0 if it wasn't for that referee, and no one can take that away from them. Except, of course, the referee. Next up, Italia 90. Now, in 1990, England had a fantastic team of youngsters and veterans. Can we see them? There we go. Coming out of the 80s, they all wore really short shorts, which actually aided them in movement, as well as looking pretty swish. Look at all that thigh. Look at all that thigh on display, guys. Lovely stuff. The heart of the team was a young Geordie midfielder called Paul Gascoigne, or Gazza. Now, Gazza played well on the pitch and was the life and soul of the party off the pitch, keeping spirits up all throughout the campaign in Italy. Look at him. He's got cake on his face. And so, after dispatching wonderful teams like Holland, Belgium and Cameroon, England came up against West Germany in the semi-finals. Yeah, West Germany. This was ages ago. During the crackerjack match, Gazza went in for a rather rash challenge on a German and picked up a yellow card. Now, that yellow card, that warning, meant that he would be suspended for his next England match. And of course, this being the semi-final, the next match would be the final. And Gazza, he cried. Oh, he cried like a little baby. So heartbroken was he to miss the World Cup final that the team was almost certainly heading towards because, like I say, they were really good. And do you know what the England team did? They said, hey, if Gazza's not playing, we don't even want to make the final. And so they deliberately lost the resultant penalty shootout in the spirit of that team's solidarity. I mean, what a great bunch of lads, guys. What a great bunch of lads. Next up, France 98, Portugal 04. What links these two? What links these two? This chap, David Beckham. David Beckham is one of the most recognisable footballers in the entire world, known as much for his celebrity friends and handsomeness as his football. He is an icon and was one of the longest-serving stalwarts of the golden generation, late 90s, early 2000s England team. He scored many goals, passed many passes. He was an absolute flipping hero, except sometimes. In 1998, in the World Cup quarter-finals against Argentina, he kicked a player and got sent off, forcing the rest of the team to play on as 10 men and eventually lose. In 2004, he missed 3 penalties across the European Championship tournament, including one in the penalty shootout against Portugal, which England then went on to lose. Now, for some, these are stories of heartbreak. I mean, not least for David Beckham himself. But for some of us, these failures bring hope. It's easy to look at David Beckham as some kind of pinnacle of the male achievement. He sired several children. He's donated millions of dollars to charity. He married a Spice Girl, for flip's sake. But in this, he gave a gift to me, to you, to everyone. And I don't know about you guys, but I've never knocked my country out of a major sporting tournament. And in this way, I'm better than David Beckham. Cheers, Dave. And finally, we've got Euro 96. England was abuzz in 96 with anticipation. We had a great team of players, a great manager in Essex wide boy Terry Venables. Princess Diana was still alive, and for the first time since 1966, when we won the World Cup and the country as a whole reached its zenith, we had home advantage for the tournament. I mean, who wouldn't play better when the entire stadium, minus a few, are singing, "Come on England, come on England," or the new hit made specifically for this tournament, Three Lions. The song that it is nearly ubiquitous, even today, was fresh and new in 1996. What could possibly stand in our way? Well, as ever, it was penalties. We made it to the semi-finals again, and again faced Germany, now even more dangerous. More dangerous than 1990, because since 1990 they had reformed with the east of Germany, like some kind of Teutonic Voltron. And who would miss the fateful final penalty that would send us crashing out? Well, thanks to, I believe, the hand of fate. It was Gareth Southgate, current England manager. Destiny knew that by giving old Gareth here the worst moment of his life, it could create a promise made by him to him that he would do whatever it took to right that wrong. And today, 30 years to the day, almost, that he missed that penalty, he will do just that. So I say, there he is, there he is, there he is. Look at that waistcoat. Look at that waistcoat and tell me that guy's not a winner. I say, come on, England. Let's score more goals than the Italians do, win the cup, and enrapture a nation. Am I right? We took this. I'll be watching the match today, as will Cameraman Jorje and Jesus. We took this picture to help out the lads. I had to blank George out. Still a little wary of exposing him to the authorities, but that did mean I had a nice space for the text, so silver lining. And obviously, as much as Cameraman Jorje is a Mexican, and Jesus, my son, is an American technically, George does really like to form an orderly queue, and if somebody breaks that queue etiquette, he will be very angry with them, but won't say anything. And Jesus often complains about the weather. If he's not too hot, he's too cold. I have made them both honorary Englishmen for today. So fingers crossed, guys, it's coming home. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Let's see what we've got. Anybody? Is it coming home, says Killer Kilch? Absolutely, it's coming home, Monkey Pixie Funk. It is coming home, certainly, yes. Lovely, lovely stuff. Emma Acton, sorry to be late. We're busy getting ready for an epic night of football. Absolutely. I mean, how can they fail to lose now? Because of this. Djokovic wins Wimbledon. Not sure what that's about. Fun fact. Okay. The England women's team are really good at World Cups. Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair. Absolutely fair, Killer, and I'd love to address that at this point. The women's team, very, very good. Very good players. Very good players. And have reached several finals, possibly even one. I don't know. Again, I'm not that much of a fan of football. But the key difference between the men's team and the women's team, aside from their respective qualities in the various tournaments, is that people care that much more about the men's team. For better or for worse, the men hold the fate of the nation in their sweaty palms. And so for that reason, that's when that becomes artistic, yeah? That's when it becomes a matter for Notme, okay? That's what we're doing. That's what we're talking about here, okay? So good luck to the ladies, whatever they're doing today. Breaking hearts, no doubt. But this is about the men's team, okay. Let's go back to May. Let's go back to May. That was lovely. I had a lot of fun doing that, and I hope you did too. And a segment like that, a lot easier to put together than a video. So expect to see more of them. Monkey Pixie Funk. George is a Spanish and Portuguese given name. It is derived from the Greek name Georgios via Latin Georgias. The former is derived from Georgios, meaning farmer or earth worker. Okay. Gamer Hole, Cameraman Jorje, Farmer confirmed. That's maybe. I mean, he's not particularly handy, I will say. He's a thinker. He's one of life's thinkers. He's one of life's creators. He's a soft hands, not a hard hands. So, but you know, maybe he could be the administrator for a farm. Let's say that. Great curtain raiser to the match, not me. Thank you, SJBEC72. Appreciate that. Killer Kilch, the women will be watching the men, unlike when the women are in the finals. I mean, sure, absolutely. Again, even in that disparity, we can understand why I'm focusing more on the men. Okay. What have we got next? Oh, lovely stuff.
You wrote down some words, and I'll never forget them. I love them all, even if I don't get them.
Yo, guys. Yo. It is time. Is that time again? Where we open the doors to this delightful poetry corner. And we say, yo, guys. Acolyte poetry corner. Let's get some acolytes sending in some poetry that can be described only as skibbity bop 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 bop. Wow, yeah for the poetry. Let's take that down a touch. Otherwise that's going to be too loud. Lovely though. Lovely. This week the prompt word was fish. With four of them, wonderful poets wanted to share their words with us. So shall we get to it? Do we have a possibility to get to it? Yeah, let's get to it. Starting off with M. Acton with a really nice poem that I think you're really going to get involved with. Maybe I'm too high. Very smooth. Yeah. This is entitled Jimmy's Place. And I think you'll be able to guess how place is spelled. He sits... sorry, I'll start again, because that was 50% of the words that I've used so far were incorrect. Here we go. Let's start again. Let's get that poetry down a little bit more, I think. He asks, a takeaway to end Friday? No need for hesitation. I know what I'm gonna say. It's Friday night, the weekend's in sight. Just Eat app is open, and to my delight, I scroll on down for the best chippy in town. Yes, it's there on the list. It's earned local renown. Jimmy's Place puts a smile on my face with the tastiest fish and grease. Not a trace. Place, skate or rock, classic cod or haddock, or some scampy tidbits. Everything is in stock. Chunky chips, sauces and dips, battered sausages and saveloys, such a lark for the lips. Buttered roll, mushy peas, salt and vinegar? Yes, please. Pickled gherkins or onions, fried halloumi cheese. So we've ordered our dish. It's all so delish. Come on, hurry up, driver, and bring me my fish. Yeah. Lovely. A wonderful rhyme scheme here, exactly as we've come to expect, I believe, from wonderful N. Acton. Having an AABA rhyme scheme really just gives it a lot of vim and vigor, which I really do enjoy. A few rhymes in particular that got me feeling like hot dang. Rhyming fish with delish, love it. But the best one in terms of alliteration here, lovely phrase. Such a lark for the lips. A lark for the lips. And as we've already covered, I'm homesick already, food-wise. Looking to get back into it. And a plate of fish and chips sounds pretty incredible right now. Pretty incredible. So thank you very much, Emma Acton. Fantastic. Everybody's pleased. Everybody's pleased with that. Plenty of vinegar for Maple Panda. Plenty of vinegar for that. Killer Kilch misses chips. Absolutely. SJ Beck. Just a simple great poem from Super Nashwan. I'm getting hungrier, says TB. Gosh, everybody enjoying it. We need to try and find some kind of applause emote that will come up here, because these emojis just kind of stay in the chat. Lovely to get there. Maple Panda. But imagine if you get home and then choose a Met Chippy by accident. Gosh. Doesn't even bear thinking about. Doesn't even bear thinking about. Don't enjoy that. Don't enjoy that a lot. Someone please feed TB Douglas. Absolutely. Let's get TB some fish and chips. But thank you, Em. There we go. Goal. That'll do. That'll do. I like that. Who's next? Killer Kilch. Killer Kilch. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's go back to the beginning. Let's start that music off again. Killer with a titleless piece, as is Killer's wont. Is that not going anymore? Oh no, I took it all the way down. I took it all the way down. There we go. There we go. Jellyfish aren't actual fish, but if they sting, they sure have a price. A mookfish can't swim, but it sure always tastes nice. Dolphins have fins, but aren't actually fish. I sure find this a little bit fishy. Yeah! Yeah, the timing on that one from Maple Panda, that's lovely. That's lovely emote work, Maple Panda. Thank you for that. What I like about this one, a real stream of consciousness here from Killer. Just ping-ponging all over the place. All over the place. And that is valid art. It's reduced. It's minimalist. It's the kind of poem you'd see in a modern poetry collection where you'd look at it and you go, is that a poem? Or is that just a sentence that someone's pressed enter on several times? It is a poem. And Killer's proved that. I love the sense of McFish, obviously referring to the Filet-O-Fish sandwich, not referred to as a McFish in the United States or England at least. I know different countries have different conventions, but I still know exactly what you mean. That's art. That's art. It's symbolic. Also, we've got this sense of fish being a pejorative here. Untrustworthy. I mean, let's have a look. Jellyfish, sure, untrustworthy. They'll sting you. A mookfish, untrustworthy, can give you the galloping trots, absolutely. Dolphins, very clever. Very clever, possibly outwit you. So maybe there's something in this. Maybe there's something in this. Maybe we can't trust fish. I appreciate Killer Kilch for bringing that to our attention. Next up, we've got Robin Danzy Passard. He's only sent one before. Only sent one poem before. Well played. I agree. I agree. I agree. Wasn't feeling the rhyme. Sorry. No need. No need. Robin's done the same here. Robin's done the same. Here we go. Untitled. Actually, before we get to this one, I will just preface it. And let's just pause this music. This is a serious point here, guys. This poem has 2 swear words in it. I'll tell you what the swear words are, in a way. They are euphemisms for urine or urinating. They begin with P. 4 letters. I think you know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, well done you. I'm not going to say these words because not means PG. So I'm going to have to editorialize slightly. I'm going to replace these words with just the word P, with just the letter P, because P in and of itself kind of means going to the toilet as well. Okay? So where you hear P, know that it's that longer word. But if you don't know what that longer word is, P is going to work out just fine. Let's get to the poem. Let's get to the poem. Fish swim. It's grim. They live in nature's pea bin. But who am I to say a word? I consume fish like I'm a bird. So next time think, for goodness sake, whether you're munching cod, haddock or skate. That pea fish is just like you. The world is one big dirty loo. Pretty negative there from Robin Danzy Passard. Again, is that Maple Panda? Again with that emote work, Maple Panda. Outstanding. Jackanory. Lovely stuff. So what Robin's done is created a very miserable poem. Are miserable poems okay? Yes, they are. Just look at Morrissey. Okay, just look at Morrissey. Made a whole career out of it. The idea of the sea, rivers, lakes, oceans being nature's pea bin is something that I hadn't really considered before. But now I have. I'm going to be a little bit more reticent, I think, about diving in. But that's a lovely poem. Really gives you a lot to think about. And it says, hey, next time think. I will never not advocate for that, regardless of what you're thinking about. So thank you, Robin. Finally, Nano Hobbob. And Nano Hobbobs last for a very specific reason that we'll get to once you've heard the poem. Let's dive in. Let's dive in. This is called Fish Food for Thought. There are plenty of fish in the sea, but unsustainable commercial fishing practices and damage to the environment could change that. I feel guilty for playing my part. If eating a crab and shrimp stuffed salmon is wrong, then I ain't right. I hope the fish make it in the end. Lovely, lovely. Again, eschewing a rhyme scheme, and that's fine. Poetry doesn't have to rhyme, guys. Goal, raid. Sure, thank you, Super Nashwan, for raiding. Yeah, maybe that's a young person slang that I haven't come across yet. Thank you, Killer. Lovely stuff. What I like about this is that it's quiet, it's muted, it's quite positive. It forces us to take a look at ourselves. Nana says, I feel guilty for playing my part. We all play our parts in these bad things, guys. You need to look at yourself and think, hey, am I to blame for this? Could I take a little bit of blame here? And if you could, own that, yeah? Own up to it. Do something about it. That's what Nana's saying here. What I like about this also is that this is a bit more of a positive stance. It's about, hey, let's not eat fish. Let's not eat fish. This is trying to keep fish alive, as the others very much resigned to the fact that fish are food. But lovely stuff from Nana there. Lovely stuff. And thank you to the poets. A big round of applause, or a snapping of the fingers, rather. And this is a poetry club after all. What a dynamic, I think, round of APC. And if you want to be to get involved with the next Acolyte Poetry Corner, you can, and you should. By God, you must. I'm going to give you details of that after next week's show. Okay, after next week's show, get details of that. Thank you for the music. Wait, let's get that last bit again. Back too far, really. Just looking for that last little flourish. Last little flourish. Come on, music. Come on, music. Lovely stuff. Thank you very much again. Mesefa by JAQ. Thank you for that. Thank you for that. Let's head back to Maine. Let's head back to Maine. Wow. Wow. VVV strong, says Monkey Pixie Funk. Couldn't agree more. Well done, poet, says Cameraman Jorje. Yeah, George is enjoying it. George is enjoying it. Great poetry, says Maple Panda. Lovely stuff, guys. Lovely stuff. Wonderful. And I want you to know, guys, that Acolyte Poetry Corner was a very special one. It's one that I would like to dedicate to a very special person who's in the chat, actually. Very special person by the name of Gamer Hall. Gamer, that one was for you. That one was for you. And you might be asking yourself, guys, fellow weaklings, why does Gamer get a special Acolyte Poetry Corner all for herself? Where's my APC? Why is it going to her, huh? Well, I could tell you, but it is more creatively satisfying to show you. Ladies and gentlemen, this is a world premiere.
Hello, Notme.
Gamer, hi, how are you doing? I have had an absolutely unbelievable idea, okay, real top notch, and I'd love to run it past you. Is that okay?
Sure.
Superb. Okay, so basically it's a TV show about TV shows, okay? It's all about how we see and relate to and kind of judge, in a way, wouldn't pull any punches, certainly, the people that we see on TV, okay? But here's the twist. It's not about TV. It's about a regular couple doing regular couple things as seen by a fish in a fish tank. I call it television. Huh? What do you think?
Are you married to the name?
I mean, I suppose not entirely, but the reason I was running it past you is because I was wondering whether Shimmer had done any acting in the past, whether she had a reel or anything, rates, availability, gauging interest, yeah?
You think Shimmer could act in a TV show?
Well, television, more specifically, but yeah, I know it sounds a bit crazy asking a fish to act in a TV show, but I mean, I didn't think she could write poetry either. She certainly proved me wrong on that one.
Well, she can't do it.
Wow. Okay, yeah. Playing hardball. Is it? I get it. I understand it. Show business, not show friends. Sure. I'm willing to pay her, okay? How does $26 sound?
No. She can't act in your TV show because Shimmer passed away.
What?
Shimmer passed away a few weeks ago.
Oh, wow.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm okay. Are you?
I'm sad, but I'm okay.
Oh, good.
Don't cry.
Well, I'm not crying, though. If anyone's crying, you're crying, so you should shut up. Oh, God.
I drew a picture of her after she died.
That's beautiful. How did she die?
What do you mean?
Did she have a heart attack?
I don't know.
Was she ill?
I don't know.
Do you suspect foul play?
I don't know.
Or what did the autopsy say?
We didn't do an autopsy.
May I ask why not?
Because she's a fish. You don't do autopsies on fish, do you?
Okay, that's not... You and I both know that she was a little bit more than a fish, okay? She was an artiste.
Was she, though?
She was a poet. She was a visionary. She was an inspiration. She was an artiste.
Not me. I wrote the poem before. I pretended she had written it to mess with you.
She didn't write it?
No.
Are you sure? I mean, it really seemed like it was her work.
No, I wrote it. I thought it would be funny if you thought a fish was a poet.
Oh. Was it?
Yes, it was really funny. But Shimmer was not an artist. She was a great fish, and I miss her, but she was not a poet, not a visionary, not an inspiration. What are you doing?
Didn't she inspire this picture?
Yeah.
Isn't that art, in a way?
Yeah, it is.
And you're 100% positive she didn't write the poem?
No, not me. She tried to, but she kept dropping the pen.
Makes sense.
Wow. Wow. Big finish. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So, yeah, Gamer, I hope you appreciated the Acolyte Poetry Corner. It's disappointing that so many of them are about eating fish, which I don't feel necessarily honours the true spirit of Shimmer. But, you know, thought that counts. But people going wild for this in the comments. People going absolutely wild. Let's see what some people are saying here. Plot twist, absolutely. Sad but true. Real heartbreak in this. Cat with sunglasses. That's a good sign. What? OMG. Gamer Hole was the artiste all along. Absolutely. Absolutely. Monkey Pixie Funk need to Agatha Fish Tea, Hercule Pufferfish. Fish Tea was better on the case, cause of death. I just think it's due diligence. You know, just do due diligence, just to rule it out. And then if there's nothing wrong, then nothing's wrong, and you can rest easy. Okay, natural causes. Yeah. Big finish. Well, then Gamer Hole. Yeah. Poems are just a small bit concerning. Sure. Great sequence, Gamer Hole. Everybody's going nuts for it. Everyone's, I mean, you know, a great story. A story in 2 parts. Ideally, would have been some more story betwixt those two. But as it is, you know, if there's 2 parts to a story, then that's great. That's great. Sometimes, you know, you have Terminator. That's a great film. You have Terminator 2. That's, by many instances, a better film. Some would say they should have left it there. You know? And the Shimmer saga can now be, it's 2 real top quality pieces of art. And then we just let it go. We just let it go. Emotional roller coaster, says Cameraman Jorje. Thank you, dude. If it's any consolation, we bought Shimmer a lot of medicine before she passed. We just couldn't save her. That's a shame. That's a shame. But comforting, I imagine, in these times to know that you did all you could. Let's cheer ourselves. Let's cheer ourselves after that slightly maudlin sidetrack with some family simile results. Oh, I didn't do the thing though, did I? Here we go. So we had some great suggestions here. Some really, really lovely suggestions. And we're going to get to them right now. So this was As Different As. As Different As. What do we have? Game at Hole, as different as a pan au chocolat and a fluffy dog. You know what? Sometimes you just have to hold your hands up and say, yeah. absolutely, those two things are very different. Some key ones. A dog does not taste as nice. An pain au chocolat, not as loving. Yeah? A dog... other ones. A dog... it's less acceptable, I would say, in a morning business meeting. It's less acceptable to present people with a plate of dogs. Yeah? Fluffy or otherwise, I will say. Yeah, so plenty of... and, you know, pain au chocolat, obviously a lot cheaper in terms of upkeep. So lovely stuff, Gamerhole. That's really nice. Monkey Pixie Funk is different as Fast and Furious 9 to the preceding 8 Fast and Furious films in the ongoing media franchise that are largely concerned with illegal street racing, heists, spies, and family. Absolutely. Fast and Furious 9, very, very different. This is the first one that they, I believe, spend some time in space on cars. It's the first time that they have had brothers of apparently different ethnicities. So that's very progressive. Although I think it is specifically... It's not half-brothers or step-brothers with John Cena and Vin Diesel. They are just pure-blood brothers, despite... you know, the obvious complications of that, but they're using creative thought to say, do you know what? They're just brothers. It's Friday. I want to go home. They're brothers. Cameraman Jorje is different as Jesse Eisenberg and Michael Cera. They're different guys. Okay, they're different guys, and that's a great point. That's a great point. One of them is kind of awkward and nebbishy, and the other one is kind of uncomfortable and milquetoast. Couldn't be more different. Couldn't be more different. That's a great point, Cameraman Jorje. Thank you. TB Douglas is different as a crow and a raven. Thank you for teaching us, not me. If you think you're not going to get praise for praising me, you're absolutely wrong. Absolutely wrong. Because that's what I live on, praise. So thank you, TB. You're absolutely welcome. Crow, slightly larger than a raven. It's based on size, guys. It's based on size. Gamer Hall, not me. Why do you know what a dog tastes like? Because I am a creative thinker and I have a dog for a son. If you have a dog and you don't know what that dog tastes like, I would say you're not curious enough. There it is. There it is. But that means that the winner this week's family simile, and this is going to be too small, so I'm going to have to resize it. But it is SJ Beck 72, as different as Sean Connery's Irish and Scottish accents. Completely different. Completely different. One of the great actors of our generation, one of the great movie stars of our time, Sean Connery, known for his accents. Highlander, he's a Spaniard. In the James Bond films, obviously a high-class Englishman. No confusion there. In real life, Scottish, and in several of his films. The Rock being one of them. Welcome to The Rock. I was trained by the best British intelligence. Clearly Scottish. And then The Untouchables plays an Irishman. That's the Chicago way. Very different. And so when Andy Garcia accuses him of being an Irish pig, nobody who's watching that film has the question in their mind, oh, he's an Irishman. He's not Scottish. Nobody thinks that. That's the benefit of doing a great accent. So SJ Beck 72, well done you. Top-notch family simile. Lovely, lovely stuff. Great Russian accent in Hunt for Red October. Pick a place around the world. Pick a place around the world. Sean Connery can do it. Absolutely. Congrats, SJ Beck. Everybody go nuts for this. Go nuts for this. Home art. I didn't update, did I? I did it, but I didn't update it. So here we go. So that's last week's. Did you all comment on my musing post on Friday on Instagram? Who did? Who commented on it? Who commented on it? Make yourselves known. Receive your praise. Receive your praise for commenting on my musing post on Friday. Super Nash ran 8. No. Oh, no. Jokes on you because I knew that anyway. So. There we go. So. Few things. Complete a snap quest. Non-selfie selfie. Super Nash ran 8 didn't. Killer Kilch. I think I did. Killer Kilch, to be fair, watch live. Smarties. Smarties are exempt from this. Gamer Hall did not, as I don't have Instagram. We'll get Instagram then. It's free. I don't know what the issue is there. TB Douglas, I didn't, but I had a musing during the quiz. Again, Smarty, you're absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. This is non-Smarties. Just comment. Just get involved, guys. It's going to make your Friday that much better. We're going to do it again on Friday. I'm just going to keep on flogging a dead horse. It's going to be great. So, next week, complete a snap quest. Non-selfie selfie. What is a non-selfie selfie? I want you to take a picture of yourself where you're not in the picture. So I want you, in the same way that last week we summed up America in a photo, I want you to sum up you in a photo. So you can't be in this photo, but I'm thinking tastes, I'm thinking styles, I'm thinking preferences, I'm thinking hobbies, whatever you want to do. So if you showed that picture to somebody that you know, they would say, oh my god, that's Gamer Hall. Or, oh my god, that's Super Nash 18. Or, oh my god, that's SJBeck72. I want you to take that picture, curate that picture, and take that picture. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Number 2, write a pun for A Case of the Pun Days. So A Case of the Pun Days coming tomorrow. But I'm giving you a sneak peek. It's going to be about sports and space. So get thinking now. Think of a pun that links some kind of sport with something to do with outer space. Sit on it. And then tomorrow on Instagram stories, when you get the A Case of the Pun Days thing, drop it in there. It's going to be absolutely fantastic. That's the benefit of watching the Most Week show. You get the advantage there. And number 3, I'm going to be doing a questionnaire, guys, with all these changes that are taking place. Can you spare some change? With all the changes that are taking place with my Livetained, I want to make sure that I am doing right by you guys. You are the weaklings. This show is done for you, okay? So I'm going to send you a questionnaire talking about your thoughts, your feelings, your preferences with regard to the Most Week show and I Am Smart, the Notme quiz. What you like, what you don't like, what you would like to see improved, what you think could be. So I want to make sure that the changes are being done with you in mind, okay? So I'll do I don't know how I'm going to do it, Survey Monkey or something like that. I'll be posting a link on my Instagram, on my Facebook. I will send an email to everybody who has emailed me with a link to this questionnaire, and it would really help me out if you filled it out. So I'll thank you in advance, those of you who do actually fill it out. So I'll keep my fingers crossed that that's a few of you. So 3 things: Snap Quest, Case of the Pun Days, fill out the questionnaire. There is no quiz on Tuesday. I'll put that out there. There is no quiz on Tuesday because of a previous work engagement. I'll tell you more about that next time. Let's go back to main. Wow. A whole episode. I don't think we missed the art bet. I don't think we missed it. I think the emotional weight carried by that video really pushed us through. So I'm excited for this. But next week we might have one, we might not. I'm not sure. It depends. I don't think we will. But then the week after, it's going to be absolutely insane. Anyway. Another formidable episode over, guys. A huge thank you to all of you for watching, for engaging, for making it, I think, the best episode I've ever created. I am Notme. I am Art. Well done to SJBeck72 for winning the Family Simile. Thank you to all of the poets for getting involved with Acolyte Poetry Corner. Lovely stuff, Killer. Thank you so much for that. That's great. I am Notme. I am Art, and I'm wishing you all a very, very happy, a very different, different is exciting, a very different and a very creative week ahead. Good luck to England. Good luck to England. Come on, boys. It's coming home. Score more goals than the Italians. Cheers, and I'll see you next week. George, you need to find me somewhere that's less than an hour's walk away that sells fish and chips. Right now.
What a great show we all made just now. It was creative, live and divine. You did wonderful work, so go and take a bow. Just a slightly smaller bow than mine. So I'll see you right here next week, same time. Gosh, I just don't know. But I can promise you this, I'm going to blow your mind. Next week on the Most Week Show.